You want to become your own central banker to protect your choices and your freedoms and those of your families and your family's future. And until next we meet, let's come together, create a quiet revolution. All you have to do is convert your garbage fiat that's being inflated away into sound money, gold, and silver. And until next we meet, I 100% know that together as a global community, we can make a long-lasting and positive impact on a lot of people. Join this community and let's work together to make the future of our families and our children and our children's children brighter than it is right now. Never a borrower nor a lender be, and don't forget, stay out of debt. Listen and take this good advice from me. Protect your solvency. And there's just one more thing you need to do. Buy gold and silver too. Silver, yep, that'll protect your standard of living, but gold expands it. And we see that over and over and over again. And why you need to be sitting on gold, because gold actually protects your purchasing power better than anything else. And in fact, actually expands it. And I've shown you this so many times. I'll keep showing it to you until you fully see what that looks like. Spot silver is about protecting your current standard of living. That's why I use it for asset protection, for day-to-day barterability. And US dollars, I mean, come on. Do I even need to say it? And what we're going to be noticing is even more inflation, which is a form of confiscation.
Talk about the failure of the dollar. I'm Lynette Zang, Chief Market Trading, a student, a banker, and a stockbroker. After all, the dollar's been around since you were born. In fact, that according to the Federal Reserve, there is only 3 cents of purchasing power left in the U.S. dollar. The FDIC only has a little more than 1 penny in reserve for every insured dollar in the FDIC insured banks. The money of the U.S. began to transition in 1913. Governments and corporations had 2 key goals. Number 1, governments wanted to be able to tax the public invisibly and without legislation. And number 2, corporations wanted to pay employees less, but they had to do it invisibly. Building inflation into the currency accomplishes both those goals. 1/20th of an ounce of gold coin, which is about half the size of my pinky fingernail, or this 1 ounce silver, or a dollar bill. All of them at that time would buy 11 loaves of bread. Either be a dollar, maybe it buys a quarter of a loaf. The silver dollar still buys you 11 loaves of bread. The $1 gold coin buys you, the last time I checked, about 135 loaves of bread.
You know, I get from people all the time, oh, they're not going to confiscate gold again. It's not part of the monetary system anymore, which actually, if you look at how many central banks are accumulating massive amounts of gold, we see that as being not true. It is very much a part of the monetary system. But there are so many different ways that they can, meaning the central banks and the governments, can confiscate your wealth. They just name it different things. So governments want to take more and more of the wealth that's produced out of their mines, just like they tax you and I for gold. Some of the many, many names of confiscation. And how does that impact it? And you know, we've been watching Zimbabwe, who brought out their ZIG, Zimbabwe gold, back in May. And oh my goodness, here is the overnight revaluation that they just did in October. And the spot US dollar contract to the Zimbabwe gold up 90.16%. Not too bad. Now, okay, there's something interesting that happened here, which is I was going to do this last week and I didn't get to it. So I did pull the charts. And before I just deleted those older charts, I decided to make a comparison, and I thought it was really interesting for you to see, because last week they were up 90.16, but that has declined somewhat to 87.69%. And so what that's showing you is it's just a 1 weeker, but the spot US to the US dollar to the Zimbabwe gold down week over week. That's what wow means, although it is a wow also, but week over week. Okay, how about spot silver to Zimbabwe currency? Up 93.59% last week and up 93.3% 1.58 this week, so basically level. What about spot gold? Last week, it was up 120.94, so almost 121%. This week, it was up 123.15. So spot gold, week over week, was really the only asset in this currency market that was actually up. The US dollar was down, the spot silver was level, and spot gold was up. And I'm really bringing this out to you to understand why you need to be sitting on gold, because gold actually protects your purchasing power better than anything else, and in fact actually expands it. And I've shown you this so many times, I'll keep showing it to you until you fully see what that looks like. Spot silver is about protecting your current standard of living. That's why I use it for asset protection, for day-to-day barterability. And US dollars, I mean, come on. Do I even need to say it? And what we're going to be noticing is even more inflation, which is a form of confiscation. And what you're seeing here is a huge form of overnight confiscation of your wealth. You tell me what's protected you the best. Another fiat to fiat, it doesn't mean anything because they're all losing purchasing power. Silver, yep, that'll protect your standard of living, but gold expands it. And we see that over and over and over again. Sound money, physical gold, physical silver in your possession prevents that inflation confiscation. Every single portfolio, every single person needs to have a rock solid foundation of sound money because it protects your freedom and your ability to sustain a reasonable standard of living. That's what we do at Zang Enterprises. We execute our strategy that's just simply based on repeatable prices. It is simple and easy to understand. It's an ounce of gold. It's an ounce of silver. It has the broadest base of functionality and the broadest base of demand. It doesn't go to zero. This stuff, well, here, Zimbabwe, $10 trillion note. I'm a trillionaire, but I can't buy any eggs with it, can I? So until next time, keep in mind that we are all here to be of service, and we need to come together in community because we need to have a say in this next iteration of money, even if it's in digital form. And it must be convertible, so it must be truly backed, not pegged to some artificial price that is easily controlled. You want to become your own central banker to protect your choices and your freedoms and those of your families and your family's future. And until next we meet, let's come together, create a quiet revolution. All you have to do is convert your garbage fiat that's being inflated away into sound money, gold, and silver. And until next we meet, I 100% know that together as a global community, we can make a long-lasting and positive impact on a lot of people. Join this community and let's work together to make the future of our families and our children's children brighter than it is right now.
This is your fairy gold mother, and I want to show you the difference between real money and fake money. Let's start with a dollar bill. This was created to mimic this. Can you see how tiny it is? But today you can buy 3 cents. Well, guess how much this is? If you want to buy it today, it's $460. This is fake money that was created to mimic this. This is a $5 gold coin. And guess what? If you wanted to buy that today, it's $719. This is a $10 bill. It's actually legal tender. In other words, you can take this to the store and use it. It was created to mimic this. And today's retail price is $1,369. And how about this one? You can take this to the store. I'm not sure you can buy that much with it. And you certainly can't buy this $20 gold piece. If you were buying this one today, it'd be $2,694. This holds your purchasing power. This destroys your purchasing power. This is in your control. This is in their control. Which would you rather have?